What are you worth? Father was trying to teach his son about his worth, his value, because his son seemed to have been rejected in several places, including his school and a little part-time job he had. So he says, son, let me tell you something. He says, I've got an old car out there, and I want you to take it down to this used car lot and find out how much it's worth. So he took it down to the used car lot, and they said, oh, we'll give you $1,000 for it. So he come home, told his dad, they'll give me $1,000. He said, well, take it down to this pawn shop and see what they'll give you for it. So he took it down to the pawn shop, and the pawn shop people said, well, we'll give you $100 for it. Father said, all right, take it down to this car show where they have these old cars and ask them what it's worth. So he took it down, and he come back and said, Dad, they said that car was worth $100,000. His dad said, son, here's the lesson of life. People may not necessarily know your worth. You have to be in the right place. If you're in the right place, your worth will be revealed. This was a Nissan Skyline R38 vintage car, and it has a lot of value. It might look worn and rusted and out of shape and old, but it's got value. You have value if you go to the right place. So I remember being in the ministry, and the ministry where I had been in numerous places, I noticed they didn't treat me with respect at all. Maybe a handful of places. And I never will forget going to Africa. And I was in Nairobi. And this invitation came from these kings, and there was about 20 of them from all around in this particular area, and they met in this one king's palace. So there we are, and the main king is there. Well, you don't go up to the king, and the king doesn't go up to you, and you never go to a king unless you got a gift. So there was about 20 of us pastors, and from all over the country, from the United States, that were there. And we went outside after our meeting, and what happened was the main king came up to me. He says, I want to stay in touch with you. I had prophesied over him. I was a little bit fearful about it because he had two huge guys right beside him with these curved swords. I mean, it was like something out of a magic world, you know. And he said, he gave me his business card. I went, wow, I didn't know kings had business cards. I want to stay in touch. Something about that, when I looked later, I asked the man that sponsored that from Nairobi, and he said, well, here's the thing. Of all the people that king could have come up to, he came to you. My people come up to you, and all of the people in the churches, you've been able to ordain 40 of our men, and we don't let anybody just do that. He said, they've noticed that you've got sincerity and integrity, and you speak the truth. And the rest of them, they seem to have an angle or something. You're the only one that has the humility and the love for the people, and they can sense that. He says, over here, you're worth it. And I remember driving down the street there going to one of our meetings, and there was a sign on nearly every block telling the people that I was going to be at this particular church with my picture on it. And there was hundreds of them. We'd drive by and people would wave, and I'm going, wow, I've never seen anything like this. Don't do that in the United States. Never seen it in the United States. Never seen it in my own hometown. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You need to know your worth. And your worth might not be where you're at right now. You may find your value once you've been relocated to whatever place or position that is. God bless you guys, and go in peace. I love you. Bye.